Sorry, I just really love the drop of that one. Just the build up. I just thought that was gonna be my intro for this video. Here we are, back at it again. We are currently working on the last bits of our ship, and I realized that I forgot to install these last two major engines, which is something we're gonna work on today. Now these were parts from a ship that I have already broken down. But back then I didn't have the components to fix them. So now I'm gonna do that. As you can see, I need a whole lot of motors. Maybe there's still some in back. Yep. Good. So I believe it's connected to this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind. Grid is still unfriendly. Well, screw this battery then. What about now? Screw that battery. I had some issues disconnecting this one. So I have already installed the welding pads on the locations. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install them right here. They are different in shape, which I dislike, but it's fine. We are not going for only style points, we're going for trying to get this thing to work. That's our main objective. There we go. Yes. So what I'm also kind of want to talk about is upload schedule. So my upload schedule so far has been kind of consistent, and the upload is basically one video per day. That's mostly because I've been kind of not busy. And I will try to keep this upload schedule going because, you know, I play around like an hour or an hour and a half of games per day. But these games can vary. Some of them are streamable, some of them are not. I'm a very big fan of playing idle games, and I am very much vehemently of the opinion that idle games are perhaps one of the least interesting games to stream. So you will never see that on my YouTube channel. But it is a game that it's like a type of games that I do play quite a lot in the background. So I do have like some other games running in the background. But that is something that, I don't know, when I'm busy doing other things, when I'm teaching and everything, then I might not have days where I can actually upload a video. I will try to stockpile some videos if I have days where I play a little bit more. But we'll see to that. Let's see. Let's lift it up a little bit. And let's turn that hinge a little bit. A little bit down. Okay. It's at least somewhat close, I believe. Let's see from the side. I have to go a little bit more to the right. Alright, let's move it a little bit down. Okay, let's take an inspection round. Weld pad is getting closer. Okay, so they are looking at each other. It's just that I have to angle it a little bit better. And that's gonna be difficult. Let's check this out. First for the roll. Better, but then it's more left. Alright. Let's get a little bit closer then again. Don't do that. I think it might be better to do this after I've installed the ship back to a connector. Okay. Yeah, I am unsure if this is gonna work out. Okay, let's skip this for now. I know that I can't pick it up with the entirety of my little lifter. I really need to do this with the thrusters alone. Alright, then we're gonna work on installing these guys. So, we have already two facing backwards. I could have also installed those facing backwards. It's fine, it's fine. I need more lift. I could install them on top of these. Like a center point aimed outwards. Like this. The intake, it's interesting. You don't need to have the intake free to have these to work. Oh yeah, this was also something that I wanted to notify. I saw that Steam had like a bundle for all the DLCs and it had 15% off. Now since I already own all of them, I have bought the Fieldworks mod, or the DLC. So this gives some parts, interesting parts, to build a lab. Now I've graduated in a bachelor in laboratory studies, so you know this is my home. I kind of want to have like a lab section in the big ship we're gonna build, just for fun, just to have like a little bit of an aesthetic that fits my graduation. Then we have some pipes, which are always nice for some decorations. Now the one thing that I do have is that I will install as well, and a lab vat. This does give the here they are, some hydrogen and oxygen stations, and a lab O2H2 generator. These I will not build, because these are not in the spirit of the challenge right now. So that is something that I will skip. So you will not see, sadly, these new ones. Maybe in a future playthrough. But for now, we're not gonna do at least that. So that's sadly something you will not see, but I will try to use all the other fieldworks materials later on when we get to them. The DLCs for this game reminds me a little bit of other games that started in early access, and the DLCs become more of like a continuous paycheck for the developers. Which, you know, I don't mind. I've seen projects come and go, and I've seen developers, between quotation marks, get a Patreon paycheck for years without actually delivering a game. So I don't mind that this developer, how do you say that? Like, gives at least something in as a reward for paying them basically a salary. Also, this is going very not fine. Okay. Thanks, Screwy Louie. You know, I've repeated it quite a few times now, but I am not a smart man. This is just coming just after I said that I have a bachelor's in laboratory studies. I'll stick with what I said. I am not a smart man. Ah, this game truly brings out the worst in me. Wanna attach? Why are you not attaching? You should attach. Why do you not attach? I know you want to attach. So is it that you can only attach them if you don't grab by the welding block? Sounds really weird. I have the feeling that that's not how it works. I have the feeling it has already connected a few times while I was carrying it by the welding block. I think it's just because the ship is not attached to anything and it's not like rigid and it's just moving around, that maybe the components, all of them, are moving so much that welding blocks just have a hard time aligning. Which is, you know, possible. Come on. Come on. Come on. It really doesn't like it when I pick this up. Come on. Yes. Alright. We have thrust towards that side now. Now the problem is that if I put them on there, they're gonna slide off. But I'm gonna have to try it. And then we have the front-facing ones as well that we're gonna place afterwards. And then we should have at least everything to get this thing up and running. It's just that we won't have that much sideways force without the hydrogen. But it should be... I swear that still freaks me out. It's just like... Now I decide it to become clear. Like someone runs the weather clear command or something. I don't know if that's a mod that's doing that, but I don't remember last playthrough that happened. Could you not? Are you able to not? So if I just there we go. Now don't. Just don't. Let's remove this one. Ooh, funky. Now I've stated this last time as well. The music that I use for these playthroughs, it should be royalty free, but the music is credited in the video below. It is a person called Karl at Whitebat Audio. They have a lot of playthrough music, like a lot of streamer type music. They also have scary ambient audio for horror games, and they have a lot of synthwave. And something about synthwave just really works with these types of playthroughs. At least in my opinion. Maybe there's gonna be someone that opens this video, listens to the music, and it's just like, ugh. And to those people, I will say, well, sorry, this video isn't for you. That is, or at least the music is. Maybe the video is perfect for you. You know, it's the best video in the world. Nothing compares to it. Yeah, no. Not much special, it's just unedited video game footage, so I mean, oh my god, I did it again, didn't I? Oh my god. Why does this keep happening? I'm at least happy it's not done with welding pads, because then you at least lose components every single time you use them. That's why I dislike placing gyroscopes, because it just costs so many components to place them. But they are perhaps one of the worst blocks to keep attached to something while moving them. Okay. Yeah, it seems like if you grab them by the welding pad, it just, yeah, it just really doesn't want to do anything. Okay. That were the sideways facing ones. Now we are going to do the forwards facing ones, aka the backwards thrusters. Oh damn, I moved it a little bit. Okay. Now I was thinking about, I don't know why this is damaged, placing them right here. But the problem is, this is where we want to place the thruster. So if we want to place them anywhere, it should be here, above them. The problem that I'm going to have when I'm doing that is that then I will have a harder time attaching those to the machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place one for now. Just going to place a single thruster here. We'll just do it there. And we'll attach them the moment we have this connected again. Okay. Let's place it correctly this time. Okay. Let's attach this to it if I am able to. Yes. Good. Ah, my wrist. Sorry. Went to the gym today. I still have a little bit of tough time with my wrists at the moment. It's almost sliding in place already. There we go. So, now we should have backwards facing thrust, sidewards facing thrust, backwards facing thrusts, and upwards facing thrust.
Energy low.
I know. So, what we're going to do with all this is we're going to change the group called Atmo Thrusters. What we're going to do is we're just going to combine these Atmo Thrusters with all Atmo Thrusters. Just for some reason. Oh, I have two called atmospheric thrusters. These are just called those two to the sides. These ones can go. This is better. So now all Atmo thrusters, which is still the group over there in the bottom. One of them is being a dummy. Oh no, I know already. No. Groups. Atmo thrusters. Put them here on. Atmo thrusters off. I'm gonna remove this group. Now we can just press 8. Now they're all on. Look at that. We're stable. We only have 33 minutes to move, which is fine. Now we won't have a lot of lift. Also, that is fine. Look at how fast that moves. That's a lot of gyroscopes already, and we're gonna make that even faster. Right. Let's just do the smart thing and attach it for now, just to make sure that all the batteries have power. Let's tip it forward a little bit. Oh yeah, wait, connector. Which connector? Connector 1 or connector 2? Oh, they're both connector 2. If I just jump out real quick, call this connector hauler connector front. Go to connector, hauler connector front, and we're just gonna put this to toggle lock. Where's the toggle lock? Switch lock. There we go. And now we're gonna turn off all the engines. And if I am correct, then all the batteries should now start charging. There's some batteries with access denied. Oh, that's the batteries attached to the... That's not the batteries in here. Fully recharged in 17 minutes. Alright. That's good. We are getting close to being able to use this ship as a hauler vehicle. Now there's a few things that I still need to do. One of which is protect our main components, which was going to be this hydrogen tank down here. This oxygen tank is not really the most useful thing, but at this point I'll just... I don't care. So, what else? We at least got back to the position that we wanted it back in. It's a bit crooked, but that's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do what we said we were going to do. We're going to attach the big thrusters. Then we're going to change the forward facing thruster back to 2. But we're only going to do that once these big thrusters are installed. So let's do that first. Oops. Oh, a little bit too far. Alright. Let's try this again. Also, I think after we install these and we get the ship up and running a little bit, we're gonna go into that direction, west-northwest, because during this entire playthrough, I have not been really in that direction, and I've seen a lot of scrap spawn there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over there. We're gonna install first a come on, why are you not moving upwards? It really doesn't want to move upwards. Why don't you want to move upwards? Sometimes does this, I don't know why. Like you see the... I really don't understand why it doesn't want to do that. Usually you have to like put it like up here. Do like this. There we go. I don't know why it does that. It's the one thing of park cranes that I still don't understand. Okay, let's see where that welding pad was. It's right there. Currently facing the camera. Let's turn our little grabber and face it this way. Okay, let's get it a little bit in. A little bit more to the right. Ooh. Move a little bit forwards. Because I'm hitting that little gray lip there. Okay. Back and down. Okay, that should be fairly close, right? It's just the welding pad very crooked right now. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. This doesn't help it. Makes it better, but it moves it to the left. Right, but that's not the problem. Just move the entire thing a little bit more like this. What about now? Yeah, see, that's what I mean. There's another abandoned settlement over there. Okay, if I now move it a little bit forward. There we go. It's good. Now we're gonna do the same on this side. See if we can pick it up at least in a little bit of a nice manner. Probably I want it as straight as possible. Let's see, is this the connected area? Yeah, that one is the connected area. Good. Let's move this hydrogen thruster out of the way. Whee! Let's try to pick it up at this part. Pick it up as middly as possible. That's a very very English word. Middly. Inwards, yes. Put down. Signal. Okay. Let's turn it like this, then turn it like this, and move it like that. And then we should have it a little bit straight. Now. Oh, I was still in the mark. Let's get out of here. Alright. A little bit like here. Should be straight ahead. Fairly well in the right direction. Down. Turn a little bit. Should already be the right height, right? just drive it forwards. It should be fairly close, yeah. Why is it? It has some axes. There we go. Now we need to just press the button for turning. Alright. Now, it's just going to take 18 minutes for all the batteries to fully recharge. We're probably going to change some of the batteries or add some more batteries later on. But for now, I just want to have the batteries charging. Now, it seems fairly nice right now. Now, what I want to do is I want to have one landing pad right here, like underneath this tank. It's finally daytime again. What I should also pay attention to is it's currently the daytime is starting over there. If the sun really does only this, then I know that I really need to pay attention that I should build my next base a little bit further that way, or find my base over there. We're gonna do that later on though. For now, I actually think it might be a good thing to then start exploring a little bit. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of spare parts here. But for the time being, let's use this daytime to our advantage. And see if we can find something interesting down the road. There's still some parts on here, so let's throw that off. We have a small battery and a hydrogen engine. Good. Oh yeah, there was another thing I wanted to do. Before I leave, I want to install a fourth large container. Can I pull this out is the question. And the answer to that question is no. This block is free floating. That's a hydrogen tank. I have already removed most of this that I could remove, but for some reason it still doesn't want to detach. Oh. I believe I have two of these though. So can I not remove it from the other thing? That's this one. Alright. Well, I took over this one, so it should be a lot easier to detach. Question is, can I detach it without... Ooh. Okay. These. This is now standing on this? Yes. Now we're gonna scrap this later on fully. Also I have to put this back on the charger. Once we've done our exploration, either in this episode, but I would probably assume it's gonna be the next episode, what we're gonna do is change the way our windmills are installed. We're gonna make a windmill field that is 15 blocks high for every single windmill. We're gonna put it in such a way that it's gonna be as room efficient as possible. Just so every windmill that we find, we're just gonna bring back, attach it immediately. No questions asked. Just have a giant field of windmills. There we go. Let's see if I can attach this. That's a ion thruster. Let's not remove that. We didn't destroy one, did we? No, we didn't. Oh. Don't destroy stuff, Mr. Large Cargo thingy-majiggy. If I detach that, will it completely detach? Not yet. What if I detach this? Can I now remove it? Not yet. What now? Can I now remove it? Yay! Alright, let's install this on the rover. Okay, let's first fix it. What do I need for it? Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna do it like this, and it's gonna have a reason later. I'm not sure if this reason is gonna be used, but if I want a park crane installed on the top of this rover, then I can do it on that location. Because I believe it's close to the center. No, it's not close to the center. No, not actually. No, this one is closer to the center. It's fine though. We'll focus on it later. Alright, that was it. Shift P? Yes. Boop. Get some power. Now we have a little bit more inventory space in our rover, without compromising on any of the other parts. So, we have pretty much finished all the parts on our flying vehicle. So when that is recharged, we're gonna build the windmill farm. So, first off, let's see if we can find some extra windmills. I already see a tower in the distance. Now the MES wreckage mod is still on, so I've noticed that that one spawns more when you travel more. So we're gonna just travel along, and maybe some of them will spawn. If we find a large lag spike, we kind of know that we have hit gold. In the meantime, what I do think I should do is keep breaking stuff like this, just to make sure that we have all the components necessary to produce other parts or repair big parts, because, you know, these steel plates seem like, oh yeah, we can make steel plates at home, but the problem is that yeah, that was a large lag spike. That was a large lag spike. That could be an interesting ship part. Let's explore that.
Inventory full.
It's 5 kilometers away from here. I am actually excited about that. That's our first big wreck, probably in 4 episodes. The rest were all like small little vehicles that were half broken on the side of the road. Right, let's grind this down, just so we don't have to pay attention to this one anymore. Interior plate, steel, just every single component that we can find is a component we don't have to make. And every single component that we don't have to make is a single component that we don't have to mine up. That's what I'm currently working with. Mm. Now I do think that these power poles that we have over here are not really that good when it comes to steel. I will grind one down with inventory and I will check how good it is. I think I see a location with lockers over there, so that's a chance for a tier 3. A tier 3 tool. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna grind this down fully. I'm gonna see how much steel plates it gives. I should do it like this. Hmm. So far it's not looking good though. This is a lot of effort for only one inventory of steel plates and some extra components. So I think I'm... Another wreck. Okay. We should watch out with that though. We don't want to spawn too many of them in. They're very close to each other though. So far this all still fits in one inventory. It still has 2 hydrogen bottles in it. And I think I only have an inventory of 1200 liters, yeah. So that is kind of poopy. I don't think I'll be grinding any of these further down. That was just 200 steel plates, 36 interior plates, and 4 small steel tubes. That is the equivalent of 8 large light armor blocks. So if I just find a building with 8 light armored blocks, that is already the same amount of materials that I just got. So no, we're not gonna grind any more of these power poles. So the ice fields here are gonna be littered with power poles. This is the half broken plane. I think they have either 2 Atmo thrusters, or they have a light, a hydrogen thruster. And the place where they normally have the thrusters is gone. You bitch. You bitch. What do you have? You have a hydrogen engine that I don't need. We have a heat vent. All the important bits are out of you, aren't you? The hydrogen tank. Better for components, really. Yeah, this is worthless. There's nothing underneath here. Oh. Normally there's like 2 Atmo threads. Oh, to be fair, the way it looks, and there's components here on the ground, I think I already took the Atmo engines out of this one. Atmo thrusters. That's fine. I think they're the broken square Atmo thrusters that I put already on one on the front of the current thing. That is, I believe, a very large wreck. Ooh, I'm excited, really. I'm just curious, is it gonna be a part that I actually can use for the eventual ship? Right as we get closer to it, it starts to become misty. That's the kind of bullshit. Right, it can have a large atmo thruster in this one. Let's see. I've already been here. Yep, I've already been here. Now, to get back to what I said before. Oh, then it became clear again. Alright. I'm gonna put the hydrogen bottles away for now. I can't put them away because I don't have enough inventory space. How much do these take up? Not too much. This doesn't take up too much. So many welders. I'm gonna bring one of these. If I die, it's fine because I'm gonna get more anyway. Alright, can I now put it in? Yes. Can I put these 3 in? Yes. Can I pull these 2 out? Yes. So I've already been here then. So if I scrap this building, I would get so much more materials compared to what I did before. That is a large broken ship. I'm probably getting it shot to shit when I'm close to that. Let's not. There's a smaller wreck down behind it. So, we're gonna set up here. Because I believe the large artillery cannons can shoot 1.2 kilometers. And the only thing we have in our backpack is these 2 items. Let's set these up over here and over here. I make sure we fill up. And here we go. No guns? Did I already... Why is there a gun on the floor? Why is it like stuck in the air? I don't think I've been here. There's a yield module here. Everything is rusty. Let's remove this because then I can get access to this. Still owned by the Rex.
Inventory full.
Why is it still owned by Rex? Is it because I can't repair it fully? What are you attached to? That is a light armor block that you are attached to. That does not make any sense. Is there like an assembler in that block? Another yield module. This is a weird ship. Okay, here's a H2O2 generator. Okay, this is a very, very broken ship. They're attached to nothing. These yield modules are just attached to an oxygen tank. What is this build? This doesn't make any sense. Okay. What's this? The store. Can I just take this over? Right, finally, a single block that I can take over. Now, can I access the rest of the ship with this? No. No, I cannot. It has a jump drive with 900 superconductors and 120 power cells. That alone makes this worth. Okay, is this intact? Yeah, alright. Now we can finally check the rest of the ship to make sure that everything is at least safe. Does it have turrets? No, no turrets. No interior turrets, nothing. No. What else? Does it have a cockpit? No. A helm? Fireworks launcher. Does it have a flight seat? No. Does it have a remote control? No. Does it have an AI module? No. Alright, then let's look through it and see what it does have. Hydrogen tank, a lot of hydrogen thrusters. Jump drive, O2H2, offset door, ore detector. Store, small reactor, yield modules. It doesn't have anything that, you know, does anything to the ship. If we can just install a cockpit, will that take it over? Well, I do think one thing about it though. That is that I doubt that I will use this ship. But there's a lot of spare components to it that I might use. Like, so many hydrogen thrusters. Okay. Let's call this wreck detector ping spare parts then. Was it this one? Yes. Spare parts for big ship. I can also just call it the same as the other one. Spare parts, big grid, yields, just in case. Odd. Let's call it green so we know that it's taken over. Okay. Oh, another wreck has spawned, and I had a little bit of a moment there. So if I remove the store, can I just build a cockpit then? I don't think so. Looks like I need more components to do that. Let's see. Can I just install the standard cockpit? Maybe even like a rover cockpit. Do think I need less components for that, right? Need metal grids for that. No, it's might be better to do it this way then. A few more displays. Displays and computers. What could I break that has that? I mean, doesn't have the components necessary for that. I don't think I have that currently. We'll just leave it at spare parts. We're gonna use these parts for spare anyway. Okay, let's at least make it back to the rover.
Fuel low.
I know.
Fuel critical.
That's fine. Calculated. Let's get our health back up. We're gonna go to the next wreck detector. It seems like the other one is in that direction as well. Now, if a new one spawns, I might turn it back off to make sure that we'll have enough time and effort to just first explore what we do have before we're gonna get, you know, bombasted with wrecks. Good thing is at least those turrets weren't attached. That one turret that we did find. Alright. This seems decently sized. Who knows, maybe this one is an actual atmospheric plane spawn. Alright, remove excess components. Inventory is just a grinder and a welder. And let's try to get in. What am I looking at? Is this just steel? What's this? Does this just go to a fucking armor block? What is this disastrous thing? Is there nothing in here? Just an empty conveyor? Well, that was my hopes dashed right there. This looks like it's just a side of something. Oh, okay, there's a battery. A singular battery. Well, I mean, I've been let down before, but this is something truly new. Outside of this battery, there's literally nothing here. Well, alright. Where's the rack detector? There it is. Well, if all the rack detector pings are gonna be like this, then damn. Alright, let's call this a singular big grid battery. That's painful. Make it green. And turn it off. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna go past every single area that I've been to and just either break stuff like this apart, or I'm going to yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. So there's gonna be, if I'm going to make my first edited video, I think what I'm gonna do is record myself taking apart all those vehicles, and then I'm going to make a montage where I just like break them apart really quickly. There's a windmill. That's good. We'll take that on the back, on the way back. Let's first activate that last rack detector that we have so far. It's over there. Okay, it looks like it's very small. Just why? Just why? Okay. We're gonna make a large turn towards that via this building over here. I'm gonna do a little bit more of a turn to the left though, because these might sometimes have a gun on the inside. Just gonna keep driving to this side and park to the left. I've had it once where my rover got completely shot. Like, absolutely broken. Just because I parked on the front. I thought these structures wouldn't have any turrets, but there's apparently one of them that does have something. Okay, that's not the one. Does have a warfare battery. That's interesting. Don't care about heat vent. Don't care about heat vent. I might bring that one back. Large steel tubes. That's just iron I don't have to smelt. Now, I think my eyes are deceiving me, but I think that is a survival kit. Which is exactly what we need. Because I'm gonna try to attach that to the flying vehicle that I'm building. I just don't know where yet, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway. Let's just fix it as far as possible. Yeah, medical components. I know, I know. Okay. Is everything detached? Yes. Did I reactivate the... Nope, I didn't. Let's reactivate the magnetic pads. Yeah, I thought already I felt that lag spike. It might be a big one again. Okay, it's... Okay, they're both over there. That's nice. Let's just see what the last bits and pieces are. There we go. That's nice. I didn't want to go make it go any way other than that. I didn't want to do it that because this one is a little bit light, but I can move this out. But that battery is so heavy that if I just do it like this, I might be able to grab it with the vehicle. Okay. We'll see if we can grab it in a bit. Let's first check if there's a gun in here. There is. It's just not on. Good.
Inventory full.
Let's scrap that. That has a lot of components. Who knows if we need them during this trip. That's Shadow scared the frick out of me. Go. That's a lot of girders, small steel tubes, interior plates. Okay. What do we have here? A med kit. Sure, let's bring that. And some ammo. Completely useless. Components of these freights are better than the actual innards.
Low.
I know, I know. Alright, no solar panels. So if we can manage to grab that battery, then we have everything we want out of here. Oh yeah, we need to bring the programmable block with us as well. But first, let's see if we are not too thick to grab this battery. Gonna softly drive over here. Then we are going to lower number 2, which is backside one. Right. Try to grab it. That's grabbing. It out. Softly. Okay. Wait. Move it downwards. Okay. That's enough. Nope. I didn't want to jump out. I wanted to depark. Now we're gonna do it again. That's lowest point. It up again. Then we're gonna drive it out. Then we're gonna eat the protein. Up it. Lower it to the lowest point again. Grab it again. No, actually I'm gonna grab it with the sides. Let's just get forward down. Why is 4 so slow?
Fuel low.
Okay, I don't know why you're at 0.5. Let's just first get rid of that message. That's kind of annoying. Okay. Now let's take over this. I'm unsure if I'm gonna put the programmable block on my sides or on the top. It's very light, so I might just... okay, there we go. We at least have another warfare battery. That's good. We're gonna have batteries everywhere, but... this one's also so slow. Why are you on 0.2? I set you guys all to 0.5. Oh, 0.3? I don't know why that is the way it is. Wait, you know what? I actually don't need this. Let's just put this on the back. There we go. Oh, it's doing the thing. Very easy solve though. You just unlock this and let them attach again. Then they should be in a rest. Right, let's try to go for one of these. Oh, that was not parked. That looks like an interesting one though. That looks like just a small broken part, but this looks like actually a part of a ship. Now I'm also going to see if some of these big parts are flyable. Otherwise I will use the hauler, new airplane, to move certain parts over to the ship and attach them to make them flyable again. Right, first off, let's see, one med kit in my inventory. I don't need that. If there's guns on there, I'm gonna die anyway. So let's go. Ooh, an actual challenge. Here we go. Oh, there we go. That looks like an interesting ship. Now I was only getting shot from the bottom. Is there guns on the top that will shoot me? Looks from that side to be really difficult, but it may be that it's like a backside of a spaceship. So I'm gonna try to approach it from the broken part. Right, let's try to do this. If I go through that entrance, I think I should be able to do this. Let's try this. Right there. Alright. Went smoother than expected. Yeah. Oh, I hear an AI module. Let's just break some conveyor junctions. It's fine. I can rebuild those. Oh, there's a gyroscope. Let's try to look through and see what is in this ship.
Inventory full.
There we go. Fix it. Let's look around. So, if we look at this, we have fire control. Don't know why that's a... That's just a missile antenna. Alright, let's look through. How many turrets are here? Insane amounts. This is a very dangerous one. Many of these could be on the inside, but I don't know how the inside looks like. Then, do we have a helm? No. Flight control? No. Cryopods? No. Med station? No. Survival kit? No. AI module. There is one AI module. Very close by. If I can get to that, And if that is indeed the only thing on this ship, well, let's hope it's the only thing. That would be insane if I can manage to do this just by this. Oh my god, that's so lucky. That is so lucky. Holy crap. Let's just turn all of these turrets off immediately. Wow. Alright. So let's all group them up as turrets to just make sure that these are all off in the terminal. What else? What else? There's a whole lot of batteries. That's a lot of batteries. A lot of gyroscopes. Well, I mean, it's a decent amount of gyroscopes. 3 hydrogen tanks intact. A lot of hydrogen thrusters. A lot of ion thrusters. 2 large ion thrusters. One of them is broken. 20% thrust in atmosphere. 1% thrust in vacuum. Yeah. O2H2, small sliding door, small cargo, small hydrogen, small reactors. Let's also turn all these small reactors off, just so we save up on uranium. Right. Now the turrets are off. Let's try to find an entrance. I can't believe. Look at how fucking well defended. There's 3 of them on here. And 3 of them down here. Gatling gun down there. 2 there. 2 there. Damn. Yeah.
Low.
Yeah, there's uranium on this.
Critical.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. What is this? Ooh, that's the good one. Gravity components, thruster components, superconductors, reactor components. This is a very good find. What else? Anything here? No, I think most of these wrecks do not have inventories build. Only the uranium gun inventories and that sort of stuff, but for the rest, no. An intact jump drive. That just this alone is again worth it. But this is a very good find. This is... Oops. No fuel anymore. The body with the decent tools is gone. Yep. That's fine. Look at the thrust for this. This might be the front of the space ship. Maybe not even the front. Maybe I can detach this part right here and just attach that to any of the sides, just so I can have that. Lots of hydrogen thrusters that are broken. Can I get up on here? I don't have any fuel left, so I don't think so. Here I can see at least a panel. Thruster. Let's just select all of them and turn them off. There we go. That will save at least on some power. How long do we have? Let's see a battery. Fully depleted in 30 days. That's fine. I hope to be off of this rock in 30 days. Next, let's call this what am I gonna call it though? Large potential part of ship. Okay. Green. Good. I believe right in front of us is our rover. Yeah. Now let's go for that last. It's so small, I barely even know where to look to find it. Oh, it's over there in the distance. A little black cloud all the way in the distance there. I should also check where was the sun. Yeah, so it's been going like that. It seems like it's fine. I don't think we're actually in a place that is like North or South Pole where the sun never comes. I just think we were unlucky. And the day-night cycle just takes a long time. Which is one of the other reasons why we want off this planet. Also, this sun must not be as strong as our current sun. Because that sun is a lot bigger in the sky than our sun, and it's not producing enough heat to thaw out the water on this planet. That's, for some reason, a very, very weak sun. But it's fine. You're doing your best, son. Don't worry about it. Just you do you. It's a problem of not having hydrogen flasks when you're doing suicide runs to take over these ships. I'm actually amazed how well that actually went. It was like 5 tries? Normally it takes me a lot more. One of those first ones took me like 20 tries before I finally found a good area of attack. Or area of approach, direction of approach. Let's get our health back up. There we go. Let's activate that wreck detector ping. And let's go. Let's see what this last one is. And probably while we're driving over there, a new one is going to spawn in. There's some scrap. Okay. It's a broken vehicle, so there's a good chance that it will have a gun at the top, I think. I'm gonna quickly... Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park here, fly over there. If it's nothing, I'm gonna fly back and just drive again. Okay, it has a Gatling. I have to approach it low. One, I'm not sure if this is worth it. And two, gosh dingle darn, that's annoying. Yeah, this is gonna be very annoying. I am not sure if that's worth it. Yeah, I don't think this is worth it. That foot. If it was a bigger ship or anything, I think it would have been at least a little bit worth it. But this looks like it's just a hostile small vehicle. We're not gonna do anything with that. I am going to keep that on my HUD when I'm driving around, though. Because it is a dangerous one. We're gonna go back. Try to pick up that windmill we saw before. I believe it was in this direction. Just see if we can make our way back to base. That's just, that's a pretty shitty spawn. I believe that one over there that we're currently looking at is the one with the windmill. I'm just looking in the top right of the screen right now to see if there's anything else useful. This was the very, very poor wreck spawn. So the grinding montage that I was talking about, it will be wrecks like the one we saw over there. That is just completely useless. It will be wrecks like that. That will be the grinding montage. If I make a grinding montage. But I think it might be a good way of learning how to edit. And it will be a not too difficult one. And I might just slap that like in the middle of an episode or at the beginning of an episode. Since I am not really, you know, known how to edit stuff, we'll see how that turns out. I'm probably gonna do that somewhere where I have time. Oh, I can switch back to my good tools actually. Let's dump the spore tools back in. One of these. This one, this one. Okay, and then let's put this one back. Let's quickly check if there's no guns. There's a gun, but we don't care. The rotor. Battery with 4 power cells. Is that worth it? Well, there's some more power cells. We'll bring it with. It's at least better than no power cells. We can't take them out, but if we ever need them, then we have at least some power cells. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's at least better than nothing. Right, that was everything that was useful from this. Why is this still up? There we go. Okay. There's an outhouse here with a toilet. Good components. There's some motors in there. And a large steel tube. Let's just get this this little thing a little bit down here. I'll explore this one on my own terms. There we go. Anything interesting in these lockers? Not really. Anything interesting in the kitchen? Nope. I could probably take this entire thing with me. But that's not what we're here for. We're only here for the windmill at the top and the components that this thing consists out of. And since we have a tier 2 grinder, we're just gonna take this thing apart. Some quick components are never a problem. That is a little bit of a lag spike. Where is this? Back the way I came from. Where's the hostile vehicle? Okay. It's over there. We'll go past that on the way back. Who knows? It was a bit of a lag spike. Could be something good.
Inventory full.
I know. Shut up, baby. I know it. Good. 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 Wait, what was this? Just ammo. It's fine. We don't need ammo. The toughest part in this challenge, the toughest opponent, is just me and my awful building skills. You will never see a builder as moronic as I am, that somehow still succeeds. I don't know how. It's like a miracle almost. Like you're constantly wondering, how is he still succeeding? And the big answer is, I don't know myself. I've already killed myself 300 times by that thing when you're grinding something and it falls on top of you. I've done that so many times already and I still do it. You see like a plate or a block getting closer to you and you're just like, oh god, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Let's get this last bit of components.
Energy low.
Okay. I don't care about life or the suit energy. We have 20 energy left. 20%. And we only wanted to get to this part. Okay. Let's drop these components off. Let's get our materials back up. And we're gonna pick up this windmill. The windmill. Pick it up. And let's go to the wreck. It's close to the big ship. And it's sorta on the way back. Doesn't look like it's a large spawn. Can't even see it from this distance. Oh, now I can see it. See a little sliver up there. Like right above where my cursor is right now. The little 3-meter cursor. There's something in the distance. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna be careful with it again. Just like we did last time. Let's turn that hostile small vehicle off. Alright. 2 kilometers away. This is an interesting one. Okay. It has some headlights on, so it might be another vehicle that will shoot at me. So I am going to drop off my tools. I'm gonna bring these shitty ones. Right, let's try it. Ooh, it's a tank. Oh, I didn't have the dampeners on. I was wondering why I was flying all over the place. Alright. Ooh, I've seen this one before. This one's pretty interesting. It's a lot more broken than the last time I saw it, though. Yeah, let's bring our vehicle over here. Yeah, it's over there. Okay. Let's restock. Get our good tools. One. Oh, only needs one. This one, that one. And let's go over there. Then we're gonna go past there, back to base. I've seen this vehicle also almost completely intact. So I think what they did is spawn a ship or spawn a rover vehicle, whatever, and then blow it up partially, save it, and then have like 10 different variants of every single one of those. The question is, what am I gonna do with this? I don't think I need it though, and I think the wheels themselves might be interesting. Don't need the rotor, I don't need the connector, I don't really need the hydrogen engine. Don't really need that. I might need the battery. Alright, let's just try to take it over first. Is there a cockpit at the front? I don't think there's a front anymore. I think that little programmable block is the quote-unquote cockpit. This programmable block here. No? Alright, let's just check what the rest of this is. Azimuth Mart. Don't know what that is. What do they mean? Like an AI module? Parachute hatch. Antenna. An unknown signal. Lots of small gyroscopes. I mean, the battery is nice to bring with me, but I think the rest is a little bit meh. I don't think I can really pick it up in any shape or form because it's so big. And I don't think I really want to save it in. I don't think it's really important enough for that. I just don't know what that block was, the weird named block was doing. I would assume it's like an AI module. Wait, why is it still Rex? Should be mine. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna call this one small grids 2B grids to be scrapped. Gonna do this later on. Just making this blue. Alright, let's head back to base, I guess. Oh, we can take out the battery, maybe. Just have that for ourselves? Nah, well, there's so much in there. We'll do that later on, when we're doing a scrap run. Wait, what's over there? Okay, it's just a medium container. And a rover. Only guns. Some motors here, some motors there. Let's see what's in it. I don't really care about the object itself. Sometimes there's some small cargo, there's some batteries. Don't really care about the batteries. Right. Not much interesting else. Yes. And let's drive. Let's go past the unknown signal. There's always a chance that a tier 3 tool part is in there, or tool. Something up the hill there. At least we got another windmill. Next episode I'm going to, when I have the vehicle, the hauler vehicle, the flying vehicle, we're gonna check where we're gonna make the windmill setup. There we're gonna make a little windmill park. A leopard grinder. Oh nice. Alright, where's the entrance? There it is. I mean, it's not unwelcome. Let's just grind it to bits. Oh, that was a wreck that spawned. I was like, why did it lag when I removed that block? But it wasn't the block that was the problem. There we go. Good. Alright, let's quickly take a leak. Leak? Oh, look. Where is it? That looks interesting. I am very curious about that. That doesn't look like a ship. That looks like a base. That looks fairly similar to the base I currently have. I think, at least from this distance. Might be completely different when I'm getting close. Well, no drones have come out, at least to annoy me. Let's get our shitty tools out. One of these, and one of these. Yeah, one. We are full health. Well, let's go. Thought so. It's not yet done though. It could be that I'm still in danger the moment I walk a little bit to the side. I think I got very lucky with the position I landed. Okay. Let's quickly check this. Gas. Okay. There's a big medical room. Ooh, okay, but there's 3 cryo chambers I have to take over. I see 2 of them to my right there. There is 5 interior turrets. I think the most of those I already noticed. Most of these are not important. I think the only 4 important ones are these 4. Of course, wreck spawned the moment I'm here. This is the medical station. Okay, let's grind that up.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I don't care.
Inventory full.
Take it over. Yes. Alright, that's 1. Softly go to these cryo chambers. Hope that I don't get shot to shit when I get close to these. And if I take all of them over, I might already have taken over this junkyard of a base. Okay. Last one. Yes. Okay. So it is indeed medical items that are the thing to look out for. Alright, let's turn these turrets off. This is just like, what are these? Power efficiency modules. Alright. So, they need power cells. That is a problem. Because none of them really have power cells, do they? No, and I can't build them. Wow, so many power efficiency modules. None of them work. This looked like it was an interesting base. Here's one of them. Well, these power efficiency modules seemed like they were completely, how do you say that? They were completely, optional? No. Thinking of a word. Aesthetic? They might be completely aesthetic.
Fuel low.
Uh-oh.
Fuel critical.
That's fine. 7 health. It's a little bit of a sprained ankle. Walk it off. Am I gonna bring the medical room with me? I think what I'm gonna do is just bring the medical room with me and just attach it somewhere to the base. Because it will make recharging my battery of my suit just instant. Just don't know how to get it. Could I move it when I detach it? That's the question. Otherwise I'm just gonna detach some of the components in here and just move the medical facility. Here we go. Now let's see. Medical room here. Okay. See if I can get this out. Just remove some of these blocks. Detach it. Here's to hoping that I can move it by hand. Okay. I cannot. There is a few ways that I can do this. Okay, sure. Okay, I cannot move that either. Well, I mean, I can move it a little bit more easily. And that way is just attach number 6 to it. Just move it a slight bit forward. There we go. Now, there is another way that we can get that vehicle out, and it's not to do with a crane, but more to do with a different way of moving machines that are too far from your rover. Just pick this up for the front right. Go. Now, if we can't get our magnet close to the thing we're gonna pick up, we might just bring the thing closer to the magnet. But since we can't move it by hand, we're not gonna do it the easy way. We're gonna do it the hard way. Don't have any steel. Okay. I need my better tools. Okay, let's dump these tools. Get my better tools. Good. Drop our components. Boop. I haven't had my lights on. Annoying. Okay, let's make this a little bit more smooth. Just so blocks are not, you know, hanging up on each other. And we're gonna remove some of these steel blocks. No, we don't need that. We need these ones though. Now, can I attach a block to this? Not at the moment. Or is it because I'm in the way? No. Can I attach it there? Good, that's exactly what I needed. Now the question is, can I lift this? So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this a little bit down. And we're gonna drive a little bit backwards. Attach it. We can move it a little bit higher. Ooh, it doesn't really want to move though this way. Softly grind it forwards. Good. So, I'm gonna do good downwards. It's on the ground. Detach. Then we're gonna remove the extra blocks. And then we're gonna pick it up. Did it get... No, it actually stayed intact because those medical components are very important. I don't have 15 medical components just laying about. Alright, now we're gonna lower this all the way down. Then we're gonna pick it up. And we're gonna be on our merry way. Right, I do have to call it something. Just has power efficiency modules, but they're mostly broken. Was it this one? Yeah. So it is power F mods. cryo. That's mostly what's the interesting parts of it. We're just gonna call it. We're off to. There's another wreck over there. Alright, this is the last one I'm gonna check, and then it's gonna be the end of this episode. This episode's already much longer than expected. But I've been, you know, being so interested in what is spawning. Let's just at least make sure that the hostile vehicles in the vicinity. It seems like they're like a kilometer away from each other, maybe 1.5, so I think I should be safe. Yeah, medical station. We are just gonna attach that to the base somewhere via a conveyor on the top, just so we have some hydrogen connected to it. And then when we're moving around the base and we're just building something, we can just go to that, just press it once, and then we just get all hydrogen and all the energy back in one press. There's a lot spawning in that direction. Okay, there's that broken large chunk again. Right, what am I seeing? What is that? What is that? 3 large hydrogen thrusters that I see? Oh my god. That is 3 large hydrogen thrusters that I see. Did we find a new potential back part of the ship? Okay, I really have to investigate this very shortly. But it might be that we're gonna do that next episode, because that looks like an undertaking. Okay, let's just bring this. Well, let's check this out. If I die, I die. Thing is probably full of guns. Yeah, what I thought. Wow. Okay, let's try that again. If I can just approach it from the thruster side, I might get in. Damn. You're close. Look at how sizable that chip is. I have to try to approach it a little bit softer. Did it again. Didn't manage to slow down a little bit. I just want to have like one view of what this ship has to offer. If we could just find one control panel. Is there anything? Okay. There is something. I don't think that anything of this permanently break. Nope. A gravity generator is also something very important, but to be fair, I think we have a location which has like 10 of them. Which is ridiculous to think about, but... Alright, let's take a quick peek at what this ship has to offer, and then... oh lord. That is a lot of stuff. My god. It even has a large reactor. It's a lot of O2. This looks like it is a very good chunk of a ship. Now, how is it... How can I take it over? Assembler, basic refinery, control seat. There is a control seat. Now, if I'm a betting man, and I'm not, but I have done this a few times. Also, this is the large reactor, isn't it? Wow. Damn. This I need to keep intact. Look at that. 2,000 reactor components. That is insane. I need this. This alone is the most important part of this entire thing. Yeah. So, what I'll do is next episode I'm gonna turn the wreckage mod off, MES wreckage. We're gonna see if we can take over this ship next episode. This is gonna be quite the undertaking, I think. And I think the hauler should be full. I think the hauler is already full. And then we're gonna make the windmill farm, and we're gonna see if we can get this thing to take over. At least, if you liked this video and you made it all the way through the 2 hours, then thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. And have a very wonderful night, or day, or whatever you have. Just have it wonderful. Goodbye.